Hello everybody, today back again with another video. Oh boy, we have a Grand Slam tournament just around the corner. The fourth Grand Slam tournament in the 2021 season. Man, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped for this tournament that will start. Yeah, we don't have Roger Federer. Yeah, we don't have Rafael Nadal. We don't have the players who have 20 Grand Slam each. Rafa has 20 Grand Slams, Roger has 20 Grand Slams. But we have Novak Djokovic. Of course, the dream scenario would have been to have all three of them 20, 20, 20. They have 60 Grand Slams together, Djokovic, Federer and Nadal. But it is what it is. We have Novak there, who has won 20 Grand Slams and who is going for his 21 Grand Slam tournament and who is going for his calendar Grand Slam, guys. When did someone go for the calendar Grand Slam last time on the male side? It was back in 69, 52 years ago, if I'm counting right, guys. If you look at the women's side, last time somebody went for that calendar slam was back in 2015, 6 years ago, Serena Williams. Serena, she failed there at US Open semifinals. Lost to Vinci there, we all remember. And now Novak is going for that calendar slam. Let's see if Novak Djokovic will be another Serena Williams case and lose in the US Open like Serena did 6 years ago, or will Novak Djokovic go in that unbelievable club together with Rod Laver, together with Donald Budge, and win all the 4 majors in the same calendar year. Novak has won 4 straight majors before, but not in the same calendar year. He won 4 straight majors in 2015 and 2016 when he won French Open, Wimbledon, 2015, and then 2016 he won Australian Open. When 2015 he won Wimbledon, US Open, 2015, and then 2016 he won Australian Open and of course French Open. So Novak has won 4 straight majors, but not in the same calendar year. Let's see if he can do this, guys. Let's see. I'm so excited to watch. I'm so excited to follow his journey. All eyes will be on Novak Djokovic. I'm going to try to preview this US Open 2021, guys. I watched the draw. I've analyzed the draw. The draw came out already yesterday. And I watched it and I've analyzed it. And I have finally done a top 8 list. I have actually nailed two tournaments in a row now. In my winners, I've picked the right winners. I nailed the Medvedev winner in the Toronto tournament 2-3 weeks ago. Medvedev won there, and I nailed Alexander Zverev in the Cincinnati tournament. Alexander Zverev won there. Let's see if I can make it a hat-trick, guys. Let's see if I can make it a hat-trick and nail the third straight tournament and pick the third straight winner in this year's US Open. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's get into this top 8 list. On my top 8, guys, I believe he will be on my top 8 list for the first ever time. I don't think he has ever been in a top 8 list in my preview videos, no matter slams or masters, because I usually do only slams and masters. I don't preview 250 class tournaments and 500 class tournaments. Anyway, he's coming. I'm putting him on my number 8 spot, of course. And you guys who has followed my channel before, I go from 8 to 1. The number 1 is the most likely player to win the tournament, and number 8 is the least likely player to win the tournament. But I believe that the winner will come out from this top 8 list. All the players that I mentioned in this top 8 list, I strongly believe the winner will be in this top 8 list. The higher you are, the more likely I believe that you will be the player who will win the tournament. The players who are not mentioned in the list, in this top 8 list, I don't believe that those players will win the tournament. Number 8 place. Casper Root, guys, the Norwegian player who has done a tremendous good season so far. He won 3 straight clay court tournaments 1 month ago. Not big clay court tournaments, of course. It was 250 class tournaments. Clay is his best surface, but we all know he has a huge forehand. He has a huge topspin with both his wings, forehand and backhand, especially forehand. He has a pretty good serve. Like 95% of the tour, his weaknesses are backhand and returns. But with that forehand and with that serve, he can do damage. I like his draw. He's coming here with confidence. He was in quarterfinal in Toronto, was crushed there by Tsitsipas. He was in quarterfinal in Cincinnati, was crushed there by Alexander Zverev. So he has done some pretty good runs before this US Open starts. So it is never a shame to lose a place like Tsitsipas and Zverev, even though they pretty much crushed him. He should have done better, in my opinion. At least he should have given them more run for their money. And that's why he's in my top 8. He's on my top 8 place. He's not 5th or 4th or 3rd. So I truly believe he deserves to be on the top 8 list. I like his draw. He has Tsonga in the first round. Tsonga, he has seen his best days behind him. Tsonga will not be a force here. I don't think Tsonga will defeat Casper Root. I don't think so. I will be actually a little surprised if Tsonga takes out Casper Root. A little surprised. Shocked? No. But that is for sure a popcorn match. Then he can face a qualifier in the second round, or Teberener, a player that I've never heard about. Teberener. Have you guys heard about him before? Not me. In the second round, qualifier or Teberener in the second round for Casper Root. In the third round, he can face Davidovich Fokina. Davidovich Fokina is always dangerous, but I believe in Casper Root more. And in the fourth round opponent, he can have players like Isner, Diego Schwartzman, or Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson has seen his best days behind him, so I don't think Kevin Anderson will go to that fourth round. But Diego or Isner for sure can do that. I don't like Diego's serve. He has a horrible serve, Diego Schwartzman. But he can win 3 matches, Diego Schwartzman. I will not be shocked if Diego Schwartzman faces Casper Root in the fourth round. But most likely, John Isner will be Casper Root's fourth round opponent. Casper Root is on my top 8. Is on my top 8 place. On my 7th place, guys, I have a Master 1000 champion actually this year. It is his only Master champion. It is his only Master 1000 title that he has won in his career. But he has done pretty good seasons so far. I believe he has won 2 titles this year, if I'm not mistaken. And one of those titles is a Master 1000 title. And the player I'm talking about is Hubert Hurkacz, guys, who won Miami earlier this year. I didn't expect him to win Miami, but he did. He likes to play on hard courts. He lives in the United States. He lives in Florida. This tournament will not be played in Florida like Miami did, but it is still United States. So I think that Hubert Hurkacz, he can be really dangerous here at the US Open. He has shown some good results lately. He gave Medvedev in Toronto a run for his money. He was only 2 points away of defeating Medvedev in that quarterfinal at Toronto. And we all know he defeated Medvedev at Wimbledon in the 4th round. So Hurkacz has had a pretty decent season. I like his draw. He has Gerasiminov in the first round, a player that I don't think he will bother Hurkacz much. In the second round, he can face Seppi. I don't think Seppi will make it to the second round. Most likely, he will face Fusovic. Fusovic, we all know, he is always a dangerous dark horse, Fusovic, I will not be shocked if Fusovic takes out Hurkacz in the second round. But I will give Hurkacz my edge there. So, and in the third round, Hurkacz can face Kudla or Sonego. Not frightening opponents, to say the least. So he should overcome Kudla or Sonego in the third round. Hurkacz, if Hurkacz survives the second round against Fusovic, I think that is a big challenge for Hurkacz, because Fusovic is a player he will never win the tournament. Fusovic is a player, he will not win big tournaments like slams or masters. He will not, but he can take out big seats. He really can do that. So I will not be shocked, even surprised if Fusovic takes out Hurkacz in the second round. But I like Fusovic chances in the first round against Gerasiminov. I like Hurkacz chances against Seppi, but I don't think Seppi will be in the second round. I like Hurkacz's chances against Fusovic. And I like Hurkacz's chances, obviously, against Kudla or Sonego in third round. And potential fourth round opponent, Hurkacz can face Berrettini, Fognini, or Ivashka. Berrettini, we all know he's super dangerous with that forehand, with that serve. He was in the Wimbledon final earlier this year. And he actually defeated Hurkacz in the semi-final, Berrettini, in 4 sets. But Berrettini, he has not played much tennis after Wimbledon, guys. He played at Cincinnati, lost pretty early there. He didn't play at Toronto. He didn't play Olympic Games. I don't know which kind of a shape Berrettini will be at New York. How his body will hold up. I know that he has some kind of a thigh injury or something. So I don't know if he will be physically 100% ready. So I don't think Berrettini will take out Hurkacz in that potential fourth round, if Berrettini takes himself to that fourth round, which is not a certain thing. And then, if not Berrettini, he can face Ivashka. Ivashka is doing a good run in the Salem tournament before the US Open starts. He's on semi-finals at the moment. Maybe Ivashka will win that 250 class tournament. I think that Ivashka or Alcaraz will win that Salem tournament before the US Open. One of those two players will win the Salem tournament, I believe, Ivashka or Alcaraz. And Hurkacz can face Ivashka in the potential fourth round, and if not Ivashka, Fognini, one of the biggest inconsistency machines we have on the ATP Tour, if Fognini takes himself to that fourth round, which I doubt it. But one of those 3 opponents, most likely Hurkacz will face in the fourth round, Ivashka, Berrettini or Fognini. Hurkacz is on my 7th place. On my 6th place, even though he has not shown some superior tennis after Olympic Games, I still like Pablo Carreño Busta at New York. He has played, that is his best slam actually. He has not performed in those other 3 Grand Slam tournaments, Australian Open, French Open and Wimbledon, better than he has done at New York. He has 2 semi-final appearances at US Open. He took Alexander Zverev to a 5th set last year at New York and almost defeated him. So he likes playing at New York. Pablo Carreño Busta. I almost said big hitter. He's not a big hitter. I mean, he's a flat hitter. He has not the greatest serve, but he has a pretty accurate serve. He can find his spots. He can find the angles. At least he did it against Novak Djokovic in that bronze medal match. I've never seen Pablo Carreño Busta find those spots like he did against Novak Djokovic in that Olympic bronze medal match. So he has a pretty big forehand. He can hit some big forehands, Pablo Carreño Busta. He doesn't hit his forehand super murderous hard, but he can hit it flat, and it is not easy to run and defending those forehands that Pablo Carreño Busta hits at you, because he doesn't have so much topspin. His backhand is pretty solid. He can hit cross-court backhands all day long. He doesn't bother. That's why Djokovic doesn't like playing players like Busta, like Pablo Carreño, like Busta, like RBA, like Alexander Zverev, like Daniel Medvedev. They are all 4 of them are flat hitters. They don't give Novak Djokovic a lot of time, and they have super good backhands. They can hit cross-court backhand with Novak Djokovic all day long. They don't bother. So Pablo Carreño Busta, I think he can be dangerous at the US Open. Am I sure? No, he doesn't have. He has not showed super great results after Olympic Games. He lost pretty early at Cincinnati. He lost in the quarterfinal at Salem Open tournament this week. So, but I think that the US Open, the Grand Slams, he will raise his level. That is my feeling, and I like his draw. He has a pretty decent draw. First round opponent is a qualifier. Second round opponent is Korda or Bashashvili. Korda and Bashashvili, both of them can take out Busta. I would not be shocked. I would not even be surprised. Both are big hitters. Both Korda and Bashashvili are big hitters, guys. But I fancy Busta's chances against both of them. Then in the third round, he can face Musetti or Opelka. Most likely it will be Opelka. It will not be Musetti. Musetti is a clay courter. I doubt that Musetti will win 2 matches here at New York. I doubt it. I don't think that Musetti will be Busta's third round opponent. Most likely it will be Opelka. And in fourth round, then Busta can face players like Lloyd Harris. I doubt it. I doubt it that it will be Lloyd Harris in the fourth round. I truly don't believe so. If not Lloyd Harris, it will be Karakashanov. Karakashanov did a great run at Olympic Games. He won silver medal there. He did a great run at Wimbledon. But after the Olympic Games, Karakashanov has actually not been super dangerous. And if not Karakashanov, Busta can face Denis Shapovalov. And Denis Shapovalov, predicting him is like predicting the Swedish weather. It is impossible, guys. You don't know where you have Denis Shapovalov. He's so unpredictable. These Canadian dudes, you don't never know where you have them, where you have them. And the place I'm talking about is, of course, Denis Shapovalov and Felicia Racine. They can go to a semi-final, like Denis Shapovalov did at Wimbledon earlier this year. But they can lose in the second round as well. You never know where you have them, guys. They are so unpredictable. They are hot and they are cold. Most times cold. So anyway, Busta potential fourth round opponent is Denis Shapovalov, Karakashanov or Lloyd Harris. Most likely Denis Shapovalov or Karakashanov. I don't think it will be Lloyd Harris. Busta is on my 6th place. On my 5th place, and this is the highest quarterfinal candidates. You know the rules, guys. The player I have on my 5th place is of the players I believe the most of all these quarterfinal candidates, because players who are 8 to 5 are players I believe will go to the quarterfinal and lose there. And in the 5th place I have Andre Rublev, the quarterfinal specialist who goes to so many quarterfinals in Grand Slams but always loses there. He has never been past the quarterfinal at Slams. He has 2 Masters 2000 finals, lost both of them in straight easy sets earlier this year in Monte Carlo against Stefan Tsitsipas, and also against Alexander Zverev in Cincinnati, where he was more or less, he got a beat down, lost 6-2, 6-3 against Alexander Zverev and took only 5 games. Andre Rublev, he doesn't beat the big players many times in his life. At least he has not done that yet in big matches, but at least he usually wins those matches he should win. And those matches he should win are 4 matches at New York, in my opinion. His first round opponent is a qualifier. He should not lose that. His second round opponent is most likely Martinez or a qualifier. Martinez or a qualifier. He should not lose that one either, under Rublev. In his third round opponent, that can be a challenge. Frances Tiafoe. Frances Tiafoe is not a player who will win big tournaments. I don't think Frances Tiafoe will never win a big tournament like Slam or Masters. But he's a player who can do damage. He's a player who can take big seeds out, like he has done this year. He took out, Stefan Tsitsipas at Wimbledon earlier this year. So Frances Tiafoe can for sure take out Rublev in the third round, if Frances Tiafoe is in that third round. But I like Rublev's chances more than Frances Tiafoe if they face each other in that third round, in that third round clash. So I like Rublev's chances in his first 3 rounds. His first test will most likely be Frances Tiafoe in the third round. He will not be tested in the first and the second round. He will not, guys. But if Tiafoe is in that third round, he for sure can take out Rublev. He really can do that. And if not, Tiafoe takes him out in the third round, then in the fourth round, Rublev can face players like Felicia Racine. Like I said, Felicia Racine has so much common with Denis Shapovalov. They are so unpredictable. They are hot and cold, most times cold. If not Felix, he can face RBA. RBA, we all know he's dangerous, but I don't think, in my opinion, RBA has not had a great superior year so far. If RBA is in that fourth round, which is not a certain thing, I don't think RBA takes out Rublev. And if not RBA in the fourth round, Kyrgios can be there as well. But Kyrgios, I doubt that Kyrgios will be in that fourth round. We have a big popcorn match between RBA and Kyrgios. We have some popcorn matches. RBA, Kyrgios, Rude, Tsonga, Tsitsipas, and Murray. So we have some popcorn matches, guys. So in a potential fourth round for Rublev is Felix, RBA, Nick Kyrgios, or maybe even Lajovic. But I doubt it. Lajovic has been pretty horrible this year, guys. He has not shown some good tennis so far in the season 2021. So there you have Rublev's path to a potential quarterfinal. So we are done with the quarterfinal candidates. Now we go to the semifinals candidates, guys. And guys, when I did this top 8 list, for me was it hard to decide 8 to 5. I looked all the names. It was all over the place in my head. 8 to 5. Who should I have 8? Who should I have 7? Who should I have 6? Who should I have 5? But when it comes to top 4, I was not hesitating at all. I was not hesitating at all, guys. I was pretty clear up. I was pretty... I was sure, I was certain who those 4 names will be, guys. 5 to 8, I was not certain, guys. 4 to 1, I was pretty sure. The only thing was how to manage, who to put 4, who to put second, who to put third, etc, etc. Anyway, on my 4th place, guys, I have Stefanos Tsitsipas, the younger version of Roger Federer. I know he will never be as good as Roger Federer, but he has a tennis style like Roger Federer, a young Roger Federer with long hair, one single handle backhand, attacking the net, serving pretty big, hitting pretty big with his forehand, having weaknesses as Roger Federer used to have and more or less had. And more or less Roger had his entire career. And the weakness I'm talking about is Stefanos' backhand, Stefanos' returns. That has been Roger's Achilles heel in his entire career, and that is Stefanos Tsitsipas' Achilles heel as well. But Stefanos is young; he's 23 years old, so it's time to improve those 2 weaknesses. Stefanos Tsitsipas is in my 4th place. He has a big first round match against Andy Murray, the 3-time Grand Slam champion, the 11-time Grand Slam finalist, the double-time gold medalist. I don't think Andy Murray stops Stefanos Tsitsipas in the first round. Andy Murray, all respect to him, but he is 34 years old. He doesn't hit the ball as good as he used to do. He doesn't serve as good as he used to do. He doesn't return as good as he used to do. He doesn't move as good as he used to do. Can he still play tennis? Yeah, of course he still can play tennis. He has not forgotten how to play tennis. But should he take out one of the big seeds like Stefanos Tsitsipas is? Stefanos Tsitsipas is the number 3 seed, guys. I would not be shocked if Murray takes out Tsitsipas in the first round. I will not be shocked. I've seen bigger things happening in sport than Murray taking out Tsitsipas. But I would be surprised. That much I can say. I would be surprised. I'm not counting that Murray takes out Tsitsipas. I think Tsitsipas will take it to Murray with big attacking tennis, with big serving. He will attack the net. He will take all the time away from Andy Murray. Andy Murray is still passive. He doesn't play offensive tennis. He has never done that. And Stefanos Tsitsipas will make him pay. I think Stefanos Tsitsipas takes out Murray straight sets. That is my prediction about that big. That is that is the biggest first round match we have in this 2021 US Open tournament. That is the biggest match, guys. Tsitsipas is my 4th place. Andy Murray is his first round opponent. His second round opponent will be Manarino or Herbert, French dude. Both are French. Both Herbert and Manarino are both of those dudes are French. That will be his second round opponent, Manarino or Herbert. His third round opponent can be Alcaraz or Nori. Alcaraz, like I said, Alcaraz or Ivashka will win this Salem Open tournament before the US Open starts. One of those 2 will win. So most likely Tsitsipas will face Alcaraz or maybe even Nori in the third round as a third round opponent. And 4th round opponents for Tsitsipas is Hugo Humbert. Hugo Humbert has defeated Tsitsipas earlier this year. We all know that. If not Hugo Humbert, he can face Pare. Pare has find some form of late, guys. We all know Pare is one of the biggest Santa Clauses that we have on tour, but he has find some form. He at least did that in Cincinnati with I believe he was in the quarterfinal. Yeah, Pare, if I'm not mistaken. So Tsitsipas' 4th round opponents can be Hugo Humbert or Pare. There you have, guys, Tsitsipas' fourth-round opponents. So Tsitsipas is on my fourth is in my fourth place, guys. I believe he will take himself to a semi-final. On my third place, guys, who is on my third place? Guys, my third place is Alexander Sasha Zverev, the player who is in an 11 winning match streak. The player who won Olympic gold medal, defeating Novak Djokovic there. I've never seen Alexander Sasha Zverev doing a better tennis match than he did against Novak Djokovic in that semi-final match, where he did only 14 unforced errors and 44 winners. 30 more wins than unforced errors. He didn't look quite as good in Cincinnati. He did 11 double faults in Cincinnati. He did in 5 matches. He did only 3 double faults in 6 matches at Olympic Games. So his trajectory, he's not going. It is good. He's one of the players to beat for sure. But we should never forget he has never defeated a top 10 player at majors, guys. That is, maybe some of you forgets that, and maybe some of you doesn't even know that. But he has actually never defeated a top 10 player at majors. So I want to see it. Of course, it will happen. At some point, he will not lose every single time against top 10 opponents at majors. He's too good of a player of doing that. But it has still not happened. So Zverev is on my third place. He is higher than Tsitsipas, so obviously I believe more in Zverev. I believe Zverev has more of a chance to winning his semi-final match than Tsitsipas to winning his semi-final match. That is my feeling. And that's why I have Zverev higher than Tsitsipas on my semi-final spots. I like Zverev's draw. He has pretty good draw. He has Query in the first round. Query can be dangerous. He has a big serve, big forehand, but Query has seen his best days behind him. Second round, he can face Ramos or Poil. Both of the two guys would never trouble Zverev. Third round, he can face Bublik, Sok, or Nishikori. Nishioka. Zverev's third round opponents, Bublik, Jack Sock, or Nishioka. None of those 3 players will trouble Alexander Zverev. And fourth round opponents can be Monfils or Sinner. Most likely Sinner. Even though Monfils has shown some good results lately, guys. But I feel that Sinner will be it will be Zverev's fourth round opponent. But I don't think Sinner will take out Zverev. He took out Zverev actually at French Open earlier this year. Alexander Sinner took out Zverev. Not this year, I'm sorry, not this year. Last year. Sinner took out Zverev in last year's French Open. But I don't think that Sinner will take out Zverev in this year's US Open. Zverev is coming with big confidence, guys. Like I said, he won Cincinnati last week. He won his 5th Masters 1000 title. He won the gold medal at Olympic Games. But I don't think we'll see the same Zverev at US Open like we saw at Olympic Games. The Zverev I saw at Olympic Games, I've never seen a better Zverev. I know he has won 5 Masters 1000 tournaments before. He won Madrid as well earlier this year. He has won ATP Tour Finals in London. But the Zverev I saw at Olympic Games, and I said the guys, 3 double faults in 6 matches. When have you ever seen Alexander Zverev doing 3 double faults in 6 matches in the tennis tournament? I don't think that has ever happened before. So I don't think that we will see the same Zverev at US Open. We all saw that the proof at Cincinnati. Zverev was not as good in Cincinnati like he was at the Olympic Games. He should have lost that match against Tsitsipas in the semifinals. It was a double breakdown. Tsitsipas was double break up with the 3rd set, guys. Tsitsipas should have won that match. But Tsitsipas, in some way, he choked away that match, in my opinion. And all credit to Zverev, he's never stopped believing, he will never stop fighting, and he turned that match around. My point is that Zverev was not as good in Cincinnati like he was at Olympic Games. So, Zverev is in my 3rd place. I think he will go to that semifinal. On my 2nd place, guys, probably, we have only 2 names left, guys. We have only 2 names left. It is the 2nd seed player I have on my 2nd place, guys. It is Daniil Medvedev. Yeah, guys, the Russian bear. He won Toronto. he looked really good at Toronto. He looked flawless at Toronto. The only player who was very close of defeating him at Toronto was, like I said earlier in the video, Ruble in that quarterfinal. But then he lost in the Cincinnati in the quarterfinals against Andrei Rublev. Not quarterfinal. I'm sorry, semifinals against. He lost against Andrei Rublev. Didn't see that coming, but because Medvedev has a 4-0 head-to-head against Andrei Rublev before that match. Now it is 4-1 to Dan Medvedev. But anyway, Medvedev he lost against Andrei Rublev, but he still did a deep run. It was in semi-final. It was not like he lost in the second round or third round. He lost in the semi-finals against a top 10 opponent like Andrei Rublev. So, and I like Medvedev's draw. He should do a deep run here. He has Richard Gasquet as the first round opponent. Richard Gasquet will not stand a chance. He has Casper in the second round, most likely Casper, or a qualifier. Most likely it will be Casper. I don't think Casper takes out Medvedev. Third round opponent, he can face Cilic or Korsreiber. You never know who of those two players he will face. Cilic and Korsreiber will face each other in the first round. Maybe Korsreiber takes out Cilic. I will not be surprised if Korsreiber takes out Cilic, but I give my slightest edge to Cilic. Anyway, none of those two players, Cilic or Korsreiber, will take out Medvedev in the third round. And as his fourth round opponents potentially, it can be Popyrin, big hitter from Australia, Dan Evans from Great Britain. Dan Evans has been pretty horrible since he defeated Novak Djokovic in that Monte Carlo. He has been pretty horrible, Dan Evans. And if not Dan Evans, he can face Grigor Dimitrov in the fourth round, Dan Medvedev. And Dimitrov will not stop Dimitrov will not stop Medvedev in a fourth round potential clash. So there you have Medvedev's path. Medvedev, I like his draw. He should take himself to a US Open final. He has played. If you look at Medvedev's results, the last two US Opens, he has lost to the champions. Last year, he lost the quarterfinal against Dominic Thiem. He later won the title, 2020. 2019, he lost against the champion Rafa Nadal in the final. So, Dan Medvedev likes to play on US Open in New York. He likes these courts. They are not super fast. They are not as fast as Australian Open, but they are not super slow either. It is a medium court, guys. Medium slow court. And that suits Dan Medvedev's game, I believe. On my number one place, guys, you should know that by now. It is the 20-time Grand Slam champion. It is the world number one. It is the most complete tennis player of all time. It is the GOAT, according to me. I know that he has same amount of Grand Slams as Federer and Nadal, but he has much bigger records and much bigger achievements than both Nadal and both Roger Federer. And I'm not going to go in those records. You know those as good as I do myself. It is Novak Djokovic. He will have a lot of pressure, guys. He will have so much pressure. Last time I remember somebody having this much pressure was probably Roger Federer back in 2009 when Rafa Nadal lost in the fourth round. And man, everybody was talking, if Roger doesn't win French Open this year, he will never win it. Thanks God, as a Roger Federer fan, he did it. He won it. Because if he should have not won that 2009 French Open, Roger Federer would have been today without a French Open crown. And I feel that Djokovic has the same kind of pressure in this year's US Open. US Open is his worst Grand Slam tournament after French Open. Just look at his numbers. He has 3 titles here at New York, and in French Open he has 2. If you look his numbers at Australian Open, he has 9, and Wimbledon he has 6. So, and that is to do with the heat, with the humidity, with the wind. Novak Djokovic is not the best wind player. So Novak Djokovic will not have an easy time. He will have a difficult time to completing this calendar slam. He will go for it. He will try it. He will leave everything on the court. He will play like his life is on the line. He will sweat blood, guys. He will fight like a gladiator, like a lion, like a Terminator. He will give his all. I think it will be enough. I have a feeling it will be enough. Maybe I'll be wrong. I like his draw. He has a cakewalk of a draw, man. In his fourth round opponents, his first 4-round opponents, they are, guys, a cakewalk. The first round is a qualifier. We don't even know by now what his name is because I don't think the qualifying is over yet. But in any case, it is a qualifier. In the second round, Struff. My God. Leonard Struff, when will you avoid Novak Djokovic in a Grand Slam tournament or in the outside Grand Slam tournament? You name it. You have not taken a set from Novak Djokovic in 4 or 5 meetings. I don't know how many times they have faced each other, 4 or 5 times. He has not taken one set from Novak Djokovic. To see Novak Djokovic facing Leonard Struff is like seeing a Titanic movie. We all know the end, guys. This is not fun matchup, guys. But if Leonard Struff wins his first round match, which is not a certain thing that he will do because Leonard Struff has been pretty horrible the last 2-3 months, that will not be a match I will watch. I don't like watching predictable tennis matches, guys. Leonard Struff doesn't stand a chance. Everything Leonard Struff throws at Novak Djokovic has answers to that. Leonard Struff doesn't stand a chance. Novak Djokovic will crush Leonard Struff in the second round in straight sets if Leonard Struff win his first round match, which is not a certain thing. Djokovic will for sure win his first round match against that qualifier. And in the third round, Djokovic can face Nishikori or Goffin, most likely Nishikori. I don't think Goffin will be in the third round match. In the fourth round, potential opponents, for Djokovic will be Karatsev or De Minaur. Most likely De Minaur. Karatsev has been Karatsev, I don't know why people are so high on Karatsev. Yeah, he made a deep run at Australian Open semifinals. He won Dubai. What has he done more than that? Yeah, he defeated Novak Djokovic in Belgrade in a 250 class tournament. What has the dude done? All this buzz, all this hype about Aslan Karatsev. Come on, where is the consistency, for God's sake? I want to see consistency. It is not the consistency machine we have in Aslan Karatsev, that's for sure. I don't think Aslan Karatsev will be in that fourth round. Maybe it will be that, I don't know. It is never easy to predict tennis matches, but I think that most likely it will be David Goffin, De Minaur who will be Novak Djokovic's fourth round opponent. In any case, with these dudes, the qualifier in the first round, Leonard Struff in the second round, if Leonard Struff is in that second round to begin with, Nishikori or Goffin in the third round, or De Minaur or Aslan Karatsev, with these dudes start Novak Djokovic in the first 4 rounds? Of course not. Novak Djokovic's first test will be in the quarterfinal, not the first 4 rounds, guys. Forget that. Forget that, guys. Alright, guys, so now you will have my number 1 spot is Novak Djokovic. I think Novak wins his 21st Grand Slam title. I think he will cement himself as the undisputed tennis GOAT. Now he's not the undisputed. For me, he's the GOAT. But for many tennis lovers out there in the world, he's not the undisputed. But by winning the US Open and winning the US Open for the 4th time, he has been in 8 finals, guys. So we should never forget that. So it is not like he loses early. He has been in 8 finals. That is a lot of finals. But he has lost 5 finals and won only 3. Anyway, by winning US Open, I think he will cement himself and send the message to the entire world that I am the undisputed tennis GOAT. And if that was not enough, being the only 3rd tennis player ever completed the calendar Grand Slam after Donald Butch and Rod Laver, and being the only one winning the calendar slam in 3 different surfaces. Because Donald Butch and Rod Laver, they won 4 majors in the same calendar year, but they didn't do that in 3 different surfaces, if I'm not mistaken. Back then, they used to play 3 Grand Slams on grass. So the quarterfinal matches we have is Djokovic-Hurkacz. That will be Novak Djokovic's first test because Hurkacz is always dangerous. I don't think they have ever faced each other. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they've ever faced each other. Djokovic-Hurkacz, I think Djokovic defeats Hurkacz. Then Zverev against Busta. I think Zverev takes out Busta, even though Busta gave Alexander Zverev a really hell of a run for his money. in last year's US Open semifinals, where Busta took Zverev to 5 sets, but in the end lost. But I think Zverev takes out Busta in the quarterfinal this time around. Even though he didn't lose last year either, but it was semifinal. But this year, I think they will face each other in the quarterfinal. And then the third quarterfinal in the bottom section of the draw is Rublev versus Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas will take out Rublev in that quarterfinal, I believe. And then the fourth quarterfinal is between Medvedev and Root. I think Medvedev takes out Root in that quarterfinal. Then semifinals matches will be between Djokovic versus Alexander Zverev. Yeah, we saw Zverev took out Djokovic in that Olympic Games semifinal match. But now it is slam. Now it is a 5-set match. Zverev has never has never defeated a top 10 opponent in a slam tournament ever in his career. It will happen. He will win his first. He will defeat a top 10 opponent for the first time in his career in a major tournament. At some point, it will happen. He will not lose in his entire life against top 10 opponents at majors. But will he do that now here at US Open against Djokovic? I don't think so. The other semifinal will be between Dan Medvedev versus Stefan Tsitsipas. I think Medvedev takes out Stefan Tsitsipas in the other semifinals. We will have a repeat of the Australian Open final we had earlier this year between Novak Djokovic and Dan Medvedev. I think we will have a repeat of that final from Australian Open earlier this year in US Open as well. The US Open final, I think, will be between Novak Djokovic, the number 1 seed, versus Dan Medvedev, the 2nd seed. And I think that in that final, Novak Djokovic will be too strong, too heavy, too solid, too consistent, too focused, too hungry. I think Djokovic will be like a vampire in that final, guys. I think Djokovic will be like a vampire the entire tournament. The only thing, he is here to drink blood, guys. The only thing I think can be Novak's big Achilles heel and a big a challenge in this tournament is the pressure. How will he cope? How will he cope with the pressure? How will he challenge the pressure? How will he handle the pressure? Like I said, last time I saw a player having this much of pressure was 11 years ago, 2009, when Roger Federer had that golden opportunity of winning his first ever French Open title when Rafa lost in that 4th round. This is the same kind of pressure, if not even bigger. Novak will never have this kind of a chance to win the calendar slam for the first and only time in his career, and winning the calendar slam for the third, and being the 3rd ever player of doing that on the male side. He will never have this kind of chance again. He knows that. Serena Williams 6 years ago failed in the semifinals. Will Novak Djokovic also fail in the semifinals against Alexander Zverev? And we get a deja vu like we got with Serena Williams 6 years ago when she failed in the semifinals against Vinci. I will not be shocked. I will not even be surprised if Alexander Zverev takes out Djokovic in the semifinals. I truly believe, guys, I swear that to you guys, I will not be. The Zverev I've seen the last 2 tournaments at the Olympic Games and Cincinnati is a very capable Alexander Zverev to take out Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. And I think that it is better for Zverev facing Djokovic in the semifinals than facing him in the final. Exactly like it was better for Novak facing Nadal at French Open semifinals than facing him in the final. When I did my preview French Open 2021 earlier this year, if you remember, guys, I said Djokovic has a better chance defeating Rafa Nadal in the semifinal than beating him in the final. Rafa Nadal in the French Open final is more or less unhuman, guys. He just is a machine, a Terminator, a monster, a predator. He has never lost a French Open final in 13 attempts. So, and the same case is Zverev. I think for Zverev to face Novak in the semifinals is better for him than if he would have faced Novak in the final. And that is my feeling. I think that Zverev will be more relaxed in the semifinal. Because Zverev, he can show nerves. I saw that last year against Dominic Thiem in that US Open final. After being 2-loves up in sets, he really choked away that US Open final against Dominic Thiem. So I think it is better for Zverev to face Novak Djokovic in that semifinal, in a semifinal match. So there you have, guys, my top 8 list, guys. Before this video gets crazy long and I don't want to bore you guys, I will mention some dark horses as well, like I always do. 6 dark horses. Sinner is one of them. Fusovic is one of them. Shapovalov is one of them. RBA is one of them. Felice Alassimi is one of them. And Nick Kyrgios is one of them as well. So there you have 6 dark horses as well. I'm super excited for this US Open. Djokovic is going for his calendar Grand Slam. Djokovic is going for his 21st Grand Slam title. When Roger went for his 21st Grand Slam title back in 2018 Wimbledon, he failed. For the first time. After Roger won his 20th Grand Slam title at Australian Open 2018, and he went for his 21st at Wimbledon because he didn't play the French Open, obviously, that 2018 season. He failed in the quarterfinal against Kevin Anderson. When Rafa Nadal went for his 21st Grand Slam title earlier this year at Australian Open, he failed in the quarterfinal against Stefan Tsitsipas. Now Novak Djokovic is going for his 21st Grand Slam title for the first time. He will go for his 21st if he doesn't win US Open other times as well. But I'm talking about he's going for his 21st Grand Slam title for the first time after winning his 20th Grand Slam title earlier this year at Wimbledon. Will he fail like Roger Federer did at quarterfinals against Kevin Anderson 2018? Will he fail like Stefan Tsitsipas did, like Rafa Nadal did against Stefan Tsitsipas at Australian Open earlier this year in the quarterfinal? Will Djokovic also fail in the quarterfinals against Hurkacz? Let's see. I don't think Hurkacz will stop him in the quarterfinal. If Djokovic loses at this Open, he will do that in the semifinals or final. But my prediction is Novak Djokovic will lift his 21st Grand Slam title and win the calendar Grand Slam and be the 3rd ever tennis male player of doing that after Donald Batch and Rod Laver. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.